Hey there, welcome to Something About Tabletop. I am Master Blah. Today with me is...
The illustrious hobo.
Sadly, Blue can't join us because his computer exploded. So it's just going to be
Which is a
us.
shame because he can't experience the wonder which is chrome flesh.
So yeah, this is going to be our first look at Chrome Flash. We've done our first impressions for pretty much... We did Run Faster and we did Data Trails, and we're going to be making it a thing.
Yeah.
So pretty much the day it comes out, we get it, read it, very skim read it, or just read all the cool rules bits. I'm going to be honest, that's all we've done.
Yeah. Well, again, this is a first impression. By no means judge anything because we could be wrong. We could be wrong about some of these rules, but for the most part, like the first thing I do, I know a lot of people are just like going to start from beginning to end. But the first thing I do is like, where's the qualities? Where's the rules? I need me the rules.
Oh, most people do that with these books, man. Everyone looks at the rules first, looks at the meat, why they're here.
Yeah. And there is a lot of meat to this one. We're going to be here for a while, so buckle up.
So many crunch. Pretty much they stripped all of the stuff from the Augmentations book in 4th edition and put them in this, and then added and updated and put some new cool shit in. Far for now, it looks really good. We both really enjoy it. Obviously, there's some nitpicks. There's some really overpowered bullshit you can do in here. This is the min-max.
Yeah. Oh, no, this is like the min-max. Like, even the Munchkin is wet dream. It's just like, so many statistical bonuses that can stack together. Oh, so good.
Min-max is Munchkin. It's basically the same thing.
Power game is wet dream. This one is. It's amazing. Yeah. But first off, still fucking hate the art.
Okay, so
this art's better than Data Trails, but
yeah, I don't know. There's some really good art. Like literally, what was it? Just going. I think this art's awesome here. This is cool. I like this.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I feel like with the one thing that's always kind of frustrated me about Shadowrun a little bit is that within their books, there's always such a varying degree of the art in terms of skill level. Like some of it's like, this is definitely professional work. Like that picture, like really good. But I look at the cover and I'm just still like, maybe it's because I've just had the picture is itself, but like a lot of the art feels very like they didn't hire very good artists, and like maybe they're trying to go for the retro feel.
From what I can tell, this artist here has been the person who does this. They have this style of like weird angles, and they do most of the art in this book. Actually, a lot of the art is by them, and I like it. It's really surrealistic and interesting and really gritty, and they put a lot of detail. I really like this artist. I don't know who it is.
This is
RJ Thomas apparently, but
yeah. There's definitely some interesting stuff, but again, the art, like the front, mostly just the front cover art. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's better than Data Trails. But that's not really saying much. Data Trails' front art was really garbage. Oh my god, like that was just a nightmare. Like their editing isn't any better either.
Look at this here.
Content and credits page is a fucking mess again. I mean, I get the flavor of it, but when you want to your rules, it's a rules book. That's the thing. You can put as much flavor in, and there's always a lot of flavor. But your fucking contents table should be concise. It's anything fucking but.
Well, look at this. Literally, this whole paragraph here tells you in this chapter, no. Put it here.
Yeah.
Put it here. I mean, I can kind of get what this is. Kind of. But can you tell me which one is the chapter on nanobots? I bet you can't. Because I can't.
That's the thing. And some of it's just still like...
There is nanobots in here, but you can't tell, can you? No.
Just the contents, I want to be able to jump to my qualities and other things easily. Contents is meant to be the front on the page where you can easily find everything. This is just not it. Like, clusterfucked. What the fuck does that even mean? That literally means nothing to someone who's just first up in this book. Oh, there's a chapter called Clusterfuck. I have no clue what this is about. And hacking the metahuman code, that one I thought was going to be about like DNA splicing and stuff, but out of memory, that chapter is mostly just fluff.
This is nanobots right here. This is the nanobot chapter. Because this is obviously to do with the Stolen Souls storyline of whatever. Just either way.
Stolen Souls is something else. We need to gotta actually get into this at some
Catalyst, love your books, and this book is a lot better than Data Trails. But ultimately, fix this part right here. Fix this. Look at this. I zoom in on it. Fix it. There should be text here, right here. telling me what it is, and that's it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to say the page the quality is on. It can just say nano machines underneath, like whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking transgenetics. That helps me.
One of the things that still annoys me is like because this book has come very closely, like about maybe a month or so after Data Trails.
Yeah, I could check because we literally did the video on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing that annoys me is that it's been such a little time, and while a lot of this stuff was in the 4th edition augmentation book, I feel like this book is way better done than Data Trails, and to a degree it's like, what should we do with the Matrix? Who cares with the Matrix stuff? We're doing augmentations. Everyone loves that shit. And I feel kind of cheated in that regards.
Oh, we got some videos that aren't out yet. Oh,
no.
Yeah, roughly a month ago, probably a little bit more than that. So May 27th. Yeah, it is a month ago.
Yeah,
wow.
So about a month ago, and that's the thing. Like, and this book is much thicker in terms of sheer volume of content than Data Trails was. And I just feel like they were like, "Hey, 5 guys work on Data Trails. The rest of us are going to go work on this." I really do feel like Data Trails didn't get enough work done on it.
I also think so because, to be honest, a lot of the augmentations that are in this have already been done in the augmentations book in 4th edition. So really, to be honest, Turbo, I think they just stripped that book, put it in this. That's fine if they updated it. And to be honest, I think a lot of the stuff has been made less overpowered, and it looks good. But yeah.
It's not even that. It's like, because this book's got augments, it's got the gene therapy, biotech, nanotech, DNA therapy, drugs.
I think the drugs is pretty good new. But no, seriously, all the augmentations are pretty much the same. All of them are. They just strip them from them.
They still took the time to rework them, though.
They did.
I mean, there are some additions that several people are very happy to see back. I think everyone wanted skimmers back for some reason. Everyone seemed to love skimmers.
By everyone, you mean Joel and you? Yeah, sure.
No, dude. On the chat for for not Saber Tabletop, but ShadowNet, everyone's like, "Oh my god, skimmers are back!" People apparently really fucking love skimmers. They just like to go fast. They want to be Sonic. Gotta go fast.
Yeah. Skimmers are just stupid in my opinion, but yeah. Okay, so the first couple chapters are all fluff. I'm gonna be honest, that's not why we're here. The fluff is about CFD, which is like AI or Xenosapien.
There's a new complex form, but I'm not really sure what that actually does because I didn't. Because you have to read the fluff for that.
CFDs. I'm going to read this chapter one day. Might do something around it. I'm not too sure if I care. To be honest, I mean, this is kind of the min-maxer in me. These books, right? I don't like that they open with chapters like this because I come into the book and I'm like, I don't care about CFDs, and I move past this whole chapter to get to the stuff that I want, and then by the time I'm at the end of the book, where I'm okay with reading fluff because I've read what I came here for. You know what I mean? Like I then you know what I mean? Like I think in terms of pacing, in my opinion, they should start not with this story stuff about specific things in the world that may not be used, but it is needed, and this shit's awesome because it really helps people create campaigns, and I think they have campaign books kind of about it. I'm not entirely sure.
No, they definitely do. They have
missions or anything.
No, do I? But for those who want it, it's definitely there. But I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't have a problem if they actually had a better not index content stable, because then it wouldn't be an issue, because then you could easily begin to differentiate what is fluff and what is crunch. And I'm someone who is more narrative and simulationist, but I have a Shadowrun brings up the gamist in me, and I just brings up the min-max, and I have to do this. But it just Catalyst editing really is what takes the hit for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, anyway, next chapter.
Quality's on page 54.
Anyway, we're just going to go through. This chapter is actually pretty cool. I read some of it, Fixing What's Broke. It's all about a lot about dock wagon and stuff like that. And it's pretty interesting. It talks about what all the various things get you and what it's like not to be on dock wagon and all this bullshit. It's pretty cool. But ultimately, I think there's not really many more rules. There's a lot of bullshit.
There's no rules until page 54. The rest of it is talking about it's introducing the new mental illnesses and stuff, because mental illness and cyberpsychoses have taken a step back into the system.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpsychoses is actually incredibly taxing this time around. It's still funny at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean,
and this is cool.
actually,
Like this table's awesome right here. It's got mental illness table. Here's all the mental illnesses that you can think of, and probably other mental illnesses. You can just say, "Oh, this is like that," and then it tells you the page on all the books that they have that you can go look at. And I think it's fucking awesome that it's there. So
no, it's very good.
This is definitely something that you should look for when looking at negative qualities for your characters, guys. It is page 51 of Chrome Flash. And here it is here for people that don't want to get the book and just want to look at this. Just pause it and have a look. Hopefully it's not bad quality. Anyway,
the positive and negative qualities are actually one of the things I like most, because there are a lot of new options that they brought back, augmentations, but actually, I think one of my favorite parts of this book is actually negative qualities.
The positive qualities and stuff, these are all new. I've never seen this positive and negative qualities before. They're all new and they're really good.
I really love the better to be feared than loved one. That definitely shows a different kind of face you can play.
Yeah, better to be loved than feared. That one's really interesting. Biocompatibility. What's this one? Oh, yeah, that just lowers wear cost
by 10%. The Cyber Singularity Seeker is the interesting one for Cyberlimb characters. So, they actually tried to make Cyberlimbs better in this.
They have two. They have, what was it?
Cyberlimb Singularity and Redliner.
So what these do is that every single pair of Cyberlimbs that you get bonus attributes. So if you've both of these, they cost 22 karma in total. Every pair of Cyberlimbs you get +1 willpower, +1 agility, +1 strength, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, it's good because Cyberlimbs were very lackluster up until this point, and there was no real reason to take them. However, there is a downside to Redliner, and that's that you don't get as many, like, instead of getting 2 extra condition boxes, you actually end up with a -1, like because essentially you're overclocking and making your Cyberlimbs unsafe. So instead of getting a bonus boxes, you actually get a negative box. So
actually, that really hurts. But
it does hurt, but if you already got a decently higher body and you don't have to like waste points on strength and stuff because you got them in the cyber arms and the overclocking, then you can afford to put more points in body, so it doesn't cost you as much. The big one I think that we need to bring up is prototype transhuman. 10 karma.
There's two big ones, but this one here, So this gives you 1 free point of essence of Bioware to use. Obviously, you have to pay the normal cost of the new in Bioware, and otherwise follow character creation rules. And it is awesome. I will say this. Oh, as part of this quality, you also pick up one of the following. You get negative quality with it. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I thought this quality was too powerful. So
I still think it's very powerful.
And with the sum to 10 build system, it's even better because you can get higher money costs. So you can get cyber on adepts and cyber on mages, and that is awesome. Really awesome.
Well, it's bio, not cyber.
Bio,
but
if you've seen the bio, transgenetics is part of bio. Anyway,
I'll talk a bit more if you let me. Just like quick. I know we have a lot to get through, but as someone who has played in a lot of online communities and games, this quality I think is definitely one online communities and home game communities have to be concerned about, because I see a lot of mages and adepts already going down that sort of getting Bioware sort of cyber path. Maybe not at character gen, but this at character gen, I mean, like, for those of you who don't understand like the full capacity of it, like, people are like, oh, bio-adepts still exist, they're just harder to do. This makes bio-adepts so fucking good, like, because you don't lose any essence, you still get those 6 power points, and if you're a human, it makes human adepts with money so strong, and even human mages, because if you're a logic tradition, you can pick up cerebral boosters and still have your 6 magic, and that is deadly. I mean, like, talk about the charisma elf mages being like the cutting edge. That actually allows humans with that to be on par with them.
Kind of. I mean, we'll have to look at the crunch, but I think, in my opinion, adepts are probably going to be a lot better than mages in terms of bio adepts.
I mean,
Also,
I
this is
definitely
take
think
during
it's gonna
character
help
creation.
close the gap.
Also, talk to your DM because you are a genetic experiment. You are a super soldier megacorp person. GMs, don't just let anyone take this, and they have to have it really tied to their backstory heavily because you're a genetic experiment.
Hey man, that's always fun. I always volunteer for genetic experimentation, so I got these sideburns.
Oh, this is born. This is something that you're born with, man.
I know, I'm born with these sideburns, man. What are you talking about? But no, like I think it's because the gap between Sam's and Adepts when Core first came out was pretty big. Mostly, but then again, the gap between Mystic Adepts, Street Sams, and normal Adepts was fucking huge because Mystic Adepts were overpowered because of a typo error. But I feel like this puts Adepts back in the running to be on the same sort of level as Street Sams in that regard, because Street Sams usually start very strong out of character gen. Now Adepts can also come out of character gen as strong.
They have to sacrifice their magic, though, ultimately, in the same... Like, they have to sacrifice skills or something. I mean, we'll probably think... We need to do some builds and really look at this, because...
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm gonna tear that shit apart.
Because usually apps sacrifice money and their metatype, or you get a metatype or whatever, but I think this is going to be difficult, but we'll look into it. I mean...
Well, Sum to 10 makes it easier, but, you know, in your standard priority system, you're gonna end up, you know...
Not as good as Street Sam, at least. You might as well just go full Adept, I think, at that point.
I don't know. I depending on how it goes, because of the specifically not because of Bioware, but because of treatments as well, it's definitely possible. But the next quality we have to talk about is called Revels and Murder, and this is the big one.
This quality, in my opinion, is ridiculous and insane.
No, it is. Everyone I've talked to agrees. It's absolutely nuts. I don't know what Catalysts were thinking.
So, Revels in Murder. It is very specific right here, but basically, whenever you use Edge as a part of an offensive combat action against a target, and it kills them or puts them in physical overflow, they have to be a metahuman, and they have to be aware of what they're doing, and they want to fight you. Then you get your Edge back. Yeah.
So basically, in hard fights where you're fighting people who are aware of your existence, who are medicine.
They don't even want to fight. They just have to be. They have to know that you're there. Sorry, you just have to look into their eyes. They just have to be. They be not willing to receive it. So yeah, when you do that, that's crazy. Human Street Sams basically get +5 dice to all attack rolls that aren't sneak attacks, and they have exploding sixes because you're going to kill anything you shoot at. Because
you're a combat monster. Exploding sixes. I mean, like, in regards to how this is, people are just like, oh, but it's not when you're attacking people with sneak. Well, for the most part, unless you're very, very, very afraid of what you're shooting, that isn't aware of you, you most likely don't use Edge, because he's taking enough negatives, if he doesn't know you're there, to really necessarily use the Edge. And if you are going to use Edge, it's probably going to be on rerolls. So, but it's still an absolute bonkers, like 8 karma. Get Edge back for killing people? I'm a combat monster? Hell yeah. Even a mage. Oh my god.
Yeah, just look at this. It's like, oh, mage is even crazy. It's like, oh yeah, cool. I have 16 dice in my shoot. That's easy to get. Oh, I've got extra 21. I'm rolling Edge. Boom. 14 hits.
Yeah,
Can you
14 hits.
I have no accuracy. I could be right now shooting with a stick with no sights, blind, and it doesn't matter. 14 hits. Like,
oh my god, I can finally make that character work.
Yeah, you can. That's the thing. It also breaks accuracy limits, and you just always hit, basically. And obviously, and as DMs, this is hard to deal with unless you start using. It just doesn't work because as DMs, mass killing isn't what we do. Obviously, this game isn't just combat. I realize, but you're going to win every combat, and I mean that's already a problem. That as DMs, they will win every combat unless you put in some amount of lots. Which that's what the point. They're Shadowrunners. They're really powerful, but
it's kind of difficult because escalation of escalation of force, and it's like, well, how do I escalate force when they can literally just lock bullshit? Unless I throw something that can either cancel their lock, which in most cases, usually canceling lock is only put onto things that are really hard to kill anyway. So. Or you put people who are equally as lucky and bullshit, and then it's just still like, who can make more min-max characters, and then it becomes into min-max wars, and that's no fun.
Well, Bluey actually said this one. I will probably allow this quality if it was once per day, and even then, 8 karma is still fine with me. Even once per
I'm
day,
like,
still, it's not overpowered. I think that's when the quality is reasonable. Once per day, or once per encounter. Once per encounter, let's say. Then that's okay.
yeah, I think once per encounter works because they're not going to use their edge any other time, really.
Job encounter type thing, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like basically, whenever the GM says you get it back, you get it back. Once per encounter is like if there's 2 fights in a row, you don't get them back. Like, you know what I mean? But
it's really up
opinion,
for GMs to home rule this one. I mean, rules as written, this is an insanely powerful quality.
Edge is already ridiculously strong. I don't feel that we need to give it more power. In my games online and at home, I'm not going to be using this at all. It's not happening.
Do you want to talk about Uncanny Healer now? Because that's another good one that you just came in.
This isn't overpowered either.
No, it's really good for mages though.
Really good for mages. Anyway, am I explaining it? Yep. So basically, this one gives you a bonus to healing over time checks. So not like spot healing from spells and healing from medkits equal to your essence. It's awesome. So for mages, +6 dice to resting, which mages do heaps. Also hackers, it's pretty good because you can rest off any.
Technos and mages, because it's like, oh, got to sleep off my drain damage. And that takes like half the time. It's cool. Negative qualities, I love these.
These are awesome because they put in a lot of like insanity type negative qualities, and they're always
cyber-psychosis, yes.
All right, I don't really feel like going.
An 18.
Yeah, so there is so many of these psychosis ones, and I'm just gonna tell you right now what they almost all of them do: negative to some social tests and some composure checks. And they're also themed roughly around that type of psychosis that person has. All of them are like this, but they're really, really, really good.
Yeah, I just want to talk about a couple of specific ones because there are some specific ones that really piqued my interest, specifically from a point of either, wow, that's really cool, or, oh my god, that's so crippling. Oh my god, it's so crippling is lack of focus. You become ADHD. But if you're doing a series of repetitive actions like spot checks on surveillance, or you have to make extended tests, after the first test, you have to start making composure tests or become distracted and do something else. But every time you have to make that test again, you lose the dice to that pool. Mm-hmm. And the intervals are as low as 5 minutes, but less than a day. And that's really bad. But it's so amusing at the same time.
Yep, sorry. Yeah, there's more poor self-controls. There's a lot of addiction-based ones. There was actually a really cool one that I saw, and this is actually a build that I want to do, which is the drugomancer, which is a person who just takes drugs. But there's also like it like gives you bonus to addiction, drug tolerant. This one's pretty cool. It's a build that I want to see in the future. I want to do. It'd be heaps funny. But there's some really cool ones like Dead Emotion. Your character has had so many Beatles, Better Than Life modules that now
you no longer feel that emotion. You lose a single emotion of your choice. Jacked Up is a similar sort of one where it's kind of like you've basically not jacked up. There's one where basically you've abused BTLs and persona fixes so much that you literally blank slate that you literally don't have a personality anymore.
This one's horrible.
Superhuman Psychosis. That's one I like. I am superior man.
This gets played by a lot of people already. Usually, I mean, Elf Mages is the most of the time I see Superhuman Psychosis because this is cyber psychosis for anyone. Note the very low karma cost that you get because it actually gives you a bonus because you basically
mad +1 to fucking unarmed, so good.
To melee, but the thing is your character basically is so superior. He thinks everyone around you is useless, and a human life is totally expendable. You cannot take any qualities or pacifism or anything like that because your character isn't.
That's why I tend to play my street signs. They're kind of just insane looking. And the thing is, they kind of disregard everyone, and they're only looking to really fight other people like them because they're the only people they consider worth fighting. But if people get in the way, they will kill them. How these people end up being Shadowrunners, I don't know. I guess it's just because you'll inevitably fight other Shadowrunners that are similar to you in that vein, but...
Actually,
Yeah.
it says here that you see it as a challenge.
Yeah, well, you do.
When
That's
you
what
fight
it is.
Yeah, when you play opponents equal to professional 5 above a raider, the character gets interested, and they have to make a composure check not to fight them until they die.
Which is going to be fun when I come up against Zero. If I ever see Zero again, I'm just going to die. I can't run away.
He's like professional ratings.
Yeah. Touched and Targeted is the one I actually really like, where it's basically like you made your way up the streets by fighting and knocking out the top dog. So now every now and again, someone who was like you tries to do that to you, and you have to fight them. Very amusing to me.
Yeah.
The rest of the stuff is just more module stuff, which is really cool. More stuff like Slaves, Bag of Organs, Teen Years. Very cool sort of stuff like that. But
oh yeah, for anyone who uses the system, I like to see that they're actually putting in stuff to do with it. I'm really happy that they're doing it. I haven't actually used a life module. I mean, I think you need a life module game, I think, before you can... Like, I would play a Shadowrun campaign where everyone does life module character creation, and I think it'd be kind of fun to do it. So until then, I don't think we'll be using it.
I just don't trust Catalyst to build my characters. You've seen the pre-gens.
Well, this makes... The thing is this makes realistic people that actually would exist. Like, these people have had lives. Most people make Shadowrunners where, I just shot a pistol for 15 and 20 years. Whatever.
Fuck you, man. That's what I do. That's my life. Why are you going to be oppressing me? You're doing it again. Stop oppressing me. Page
Next
73 is when the next sort of stuff comes in, which is all about the new... first up is Cosmetic cyber mods, the breast implants, and the penile implants.
All the stuff before this, give it a read. We haven't. We're here to talk about the crunch. From what I've read of this one, this is talking about cyber culture and even some optional rules here. I like this rule. It's Omega grade.
Omega grade is so fun. I love that so much.
Second-hand cyberware, instead of increasing the essence cost, you instead...
it has a problem. A fatal flaw.
A very fatal flaw. So it could be something like...
Wild reflexes without an off switch.
That's horrible because it's slow motion life for you forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy. Yeah. I think it's pretty awesome. So I might use it. If people want to use it in my games online, we have to talk and discuss about what you would be okay with. And maybe we can make it secret as well, like your character doesn't know. Unless it's super obvious, then your character does know. But yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Obviously, don't make it too crippling. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, you're only exchanging a little bit of like essence for what is essentially a flaw, but like it helps to add to character rather than generic. Loss of essence, which is kind of boring in some cases. But page 73 is when we start getting into the stuff it's the purely cosmetic stuff. I mean, and while it's not necessarily crunch-wise very useful, I like when they put these options in because then you get to see really weird characters, like fiber optic hair characters, where they've just replaced their hair with tons of fiber optic cables.
I want breast implants, and I want to be able to change their size as a free action so I can make them dance.
Yes. There's also LED tattoos now because nano tattoos are on the way out. Yes, they implant little LEDs under your skin and you can change them. Cyber-centaur as well. Finally, Cyber-dongs confirmed. Raise your dongers.
Cyber-centaur, hey, it's not just...
I know, but...
can be considered a Cyberlimb, but
and this one's so brutal. Skin toner. Excuse me, well, I'm going to gently weave some rethelium polymer coating into my skin. I don't know how one does that delicately. I don't know how that's a delicate process. It's kind of like just injecting dye into your skin that can then change colors. So essentially, I can become the chameleon suit, which is just awesome.
Yeah, it's weaving rethelium polymer coating and then using a processor to change it. Probably through, but basically fucked. I get it. I mean, it's awesome. And
then there's steamers, which are just like it's some weird. Shadowrun's really weird, and it's mostly Japanese based in like it's sort of like Japanese like 80s 90s sort of based in its action, but it always has like this weird steampunk vibe in a couple of places, and Steam is one of them. It's you get steam vents. That's what you get. They don't do anything. They make vapor. I mean, like you put perfume in it, I guess. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a vent you get on yourself.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't know, because you're weird. You like steampunk. Hey, I want to have a smokestack coming out of my face.
I want the steamers from my butt.
Yeah, you get like the ones like the trucks.
Oh my god, you can get antenna for your hacker and reduce noise by 1.
Yes, but you'd have to put an antenna in your fucking ear.
It's funny. Hey, it makes cyberwares have more reason to get them now.
My favorite one is a modular mount, which uses a universal connector, not unlike a tactical rail on the modern firearm. And it allows for a single gun accessory or similar sized hand tool to be attached to the user's ear. And you know what? You know it's a similar sized accessory? An underslung grenade launcher. I'm gonna put grenade launchers on my ear. Yeah, it's a gun accessory.
Similar sized hand tool to be attached to user's ears, providing hands-free option for essential gear. Small handhelds such as a flashlight or handheld sensor can be modified to 50 million.
I'm gonna put grenade launchers on my ears. Even if I'm wrong, that idea is just hilarious. But my friend was like, no, not grenade launchers, man. Flamethrowers. I have flamethrowers on my ears.
I'm not sure if that counts, but we will see.
No, there may be a wording change. The translator is pretty cool.
I know why. Oh, it allows a single gun accessory. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I don't... Gun accessory... I don't think it understands... I guess no, but with the new books, we'll see.
Yeah, it's a weird one. The concept is just funny. I'm not saying anyone should do it. It's really fucking dumb. The translate one is kind of cool.
Translate, yeah.
Oh my god, the eye stuff. So funny.
Yeah, so you can basically just get extra eyes now. That's it.
Who is it? The guy who plays the guy who has no leg that has spider legs. Who has a flying eye. He's gonna be really happy. on our channel.
Yeah, Dennis.
Yeah, he's gonna be really happy. This book has a lot of stuff that you can get spider eyes on the back of your neck, on the back of your head.
Can I get spider eyes on my face?
Yes, you can in fact get spider eyes on your face.
Good.
More skill wire stuff.
Yeah, I don't care about skill wires because it was implemented in a way that it is not min-maxable, I guess, and it's terrible.
Headwear's pretty cool.
Do you know why, Hobo? This the chip jack. I need to look at it, but basically the chip jack allows you to easily get more skill softs, but you can't have them active at the same time. So I think the chip jack will solve this. What's the rating on it? How much does the chip jack cost? Chip jack. What's down here? Because I think this makes it a lot better. Chip jack.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. I like false face though. For those of us that can't be adepts. Now we can put chromatic plates in our face with a bunch of servos that can change our facial structure. And I love this a little bit on the end bit. It takes 1 minute of concentration and is somewhat painful. I don't think you're being entirely truthful there, Catalyst. I think somewhat is a very poor relative term for agony.
I think they do it in a way that helps. I don't know, whatever. I mean, I've always liked headwear because it can be really interesting. Like there's math SPU, chuck a calculator in your brain.
Yes, orientation system. I have a GPS in my brain.
Radar sensors.
Oh yeah, no, I lost my shit on that one. I'm like, finally, I can achieve what I've always wanted to be and have a radar in my brain. Now I can hunt for the Red October.
Yes. Here we go. Synthlink. You can touch each other and make each other feel. Oh wait, no, that's another one. Sorry. No, where's the one we could? No, that's not one. That's so you can do weird. Fucking
Visualize is an interesting one as well. Voice mask, which is basically the poor man's voice modulator. Body wears. Oh my god, I love auto injectors. You can put auto injectors into your body, and then you can get highly illegal kill switches, where it's essentially, oh hey look, you're in a situation where they're going to torture you to death, or We're gonna try and extract information out of you, and you're not gonna and you're not having that. It's cool. I activate my kill switch, which has like, I don't know, 10 doses of K10 in it. I die of a mad overdose.
Well, it just says here a virulent agent. Like, it could be air, to be honest.
No,
Like,
it has to be 10 doses of K10. Oh, balance tails are just fucking weird.
Yeah, for all you weird cat people. Sorry, that's a bit insensitive.
That
Cat
picture,
people lovers.
That picture really freaks me out. I'm not.
Is weird.
Yeah, it's
well. What's going on with the limbs?
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking. It's because of the color. It makes it look all weird. Cyber fins are cool though. Finally, now I can be a robotic Shockman. Yes. Cyber safety informs you of your cyber safety equipped weapon.
Oh my god, I can have more poo.
Dude, you've read Flex Hand, haven't you? Oh, I'm just gonna remove all the fucking bones in my fingers and replace them with a material that's more flexible, so I can just bend my fingers flat against the back of my hand.
Who gets these? Who goes into a shop and goes, yes, I want to get rid of all my bones and have weird stretchy hands?
Fort Anchor. Yes.
Oh, this one's awesome. We're gonna see this a lot.
I love Fort Anchor. I don't even want big heavy units. I want to be a guy, like a street Sam, who just goes around kicking people because he has foot anchors. It's amazing.
Yeah, it just gives Ruko comp and +1 to physical tests on knockdown tests per activated anchor. So two.
Yeah, but it only functions on floor with a structure rating of 12 or less. But internal router, that is, oh my god. Ooh, Hardwired. It's back. Yes. Hardwired is back. Using the body's internal neural network as wires, the internal router allows the user's cybernetics to communicate with one another as if they were wirelessly connected, and if expanded via a data jack or similar broadcast-enabled piece of gear, cyber gear, with the rest of the user's gear. This allows for the use of some wireless functionality, such as quick loading function of a smart gun or the engagement of a smuggling compartment, but not that which requires an outside network or similar functions such as skill wire downloads. You can turn your body into a hardwired system.
Yeah, pretty much. If you can activate anything as free action, that's pretty much all it does. And I just looked; it's 15,000.7 essence. Going to be honest. Probably not going to be on my characters unless they're
really.
Yes,
it's amazing. I love that.
0.7 essence. I don't know if you made a street Sam before, man, that uses cyber, but that's two. That's.
I usually go buy it. I don't. Poor people use cyber. Poor people, or people who like cool stuff.
In my opinion, the essence cost is a massive no-no. But yeah.
I mean, with some of the other stuff discounting it may be worth more. Move by wire system is just freaky. Oh my god, it's back.
Oh yeah. While usually considered cutting-edge technology, the move by wire system actually predates all other reaction cyberware, being the prototype from which wide reflexes and similar systems were drawn. It was simply too expensive and invasive on the user's body for widespread use, and the inferior but more survivable wide reflex. Basically, you have a system that puts you in permanent seizure, and then it ties in directly to your mind so that you can tell your body what to do, but it's already moving, so it does it instantly.
Yes. You move at the speed of thought, essentially. Like your body reacts at the speed of thought. And it gives some crazy bonuses, but it's also crazy expensive and also crazy essence intensive because it's incredibly invasive.
So in total, rating 3 gives +3 reaction, +9 initiative, plus 1d6 initiative dice. This is better.
Only one. Yeah, it is better. Because like a lot of people will be like, but it only gives like +1d6 initiative. Your base initiative becomes like I think I did the math.
It's a skill-wise system as well.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. This system may actually make skill-wise good. Because it's a skill-wise system as well.
But like I think on average, if you had like I think I did the math. On average, you'll get like 25 initiative with that system. Like on average. And if you take drugs, even more. Because you can just take drugs to just boost it even further. Like, whatever, I'm going to take some jazz now, get the extra 2d6 plus do a reaction and intuition and be like, I'm going crazy.
Look at this essence cost.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's very costly. It's got a huge drawback to it.
It's
Also,
insane,
cyber
that's
gills. I've got cyber gills. I'm becoming a metal fish man. I admire the changeling shark people. I wanted to be just like them.
Shout out to Jeppe and Sludge, love it.
Yeah, shout out to who I can't remember who it was in my own community, but shout out to him.
Look at this.
Cyberlimb.
Smart articulation, bro. Have you read this one?
No, I haven't actually read Smart Articulation. Yes, I have. No, that's just the excuse me why I have more joints and ligaments because whatever.
Basically, you can turn. There's two versions of it. It's either you become loosey goosey and your joints literally dislocate and become like jelly, or they tighten up like crazy. It's funny.
Yes. I don't actually have a lot to really say on the Cyberlimbs. There's just some things that, of course, caught my attention. The ultimate hold gun. The ultimate holdout weapon. My finger! Bang. My favorite one is, I'm just going to take my finger off and throw it as a grenade. Fucking finger grenades.
So, there's so much shit with Cyber. There's Cyberlimb optimization. You pick a skill, you get +1 limit and +1 to it. You've got... What's Digigrade Legs? I haven't read that one.
It's dog legs. Dog legs.
Running speed multipliers increase from 1 per pair, so if you have
it also the user's physical limit for stealth group is also increased by 1 per leg. So your limits when you're doing stealth is also increased. And dude, I can have grapple hands. Yes. Oh, that's right. There's a Cyberlimb upgrade that allows you to put weapons that normally shouldn't be on cyber arms. Like, you can get a grind saw in your arm. Finally, I can have chainsaw arms. My life is led up to this.
What is this?
It's a I'll have to find it. There is a thing though that where you can. It's just keep talking. Improved syntho skin for those who don't want to look like they have cyber limbs. Talk about lymphadenal body while I try and find what I'm talking about. Because lymphadenal body is the really funny one about. I'm going to remove my lower half.
You remove half of your body, and then you go, you know what? I've always wanted to be a centaur. So
yes, for all of you who have been like, I've lived all my life, and I look at the arm and I look at the centaurs, which are barely around, and think, I shouldn't have been born a human. Now you too can be a cyber-centaur.
Yeah. So getting liminal body centaur means that you get 4 legs or whatever, and then you have to upgrade them accordingly, and for each of them. And you can also get wheeled and tank and all this weird shit. Like, it just ups your speed. Centaur, the user's running speed is doubled, and their agility to drag. Oh my god, if you get Centaur and you get digigrade legs for each of the Centaur legs.
And then you get Redliner, because you have 4 legs, so +2 agility, +2 strength.
It uses 4 capacity, right? And oh my god. Because digigrade legs makes you running more, but the Centaur legs doubles your running speed. So if your running multiplies times 6, double that times 12. You can go really quickly.
And then you get celerity and skimmers, and you scream because you can't go any faster.
Celerity does not work.
You get fucking skimmers.
Skimmer. What does skimmers do again? Oh my god, guys, we're gonna go real fast.
Doubles their normal movement or running speed when engaged.
You're already doubling it.
Yes.
So you're quadrupling it at this point.
Yes.
Times 6.
I'm in fact going to make a Nocturnus.
Say if you have 10 agility, celerity doesn't work. So you have 10 agility, and now you're timesing that by 6, so that's 60, and then quadrupling it.
Yes.
That's very quick.
So 240 meters.
Per 3 seconds.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes. Nothing wrong with that. I'm the Flash. But if the Flash
Mind you, you are a giant centaur dog man.
Yes.
So
It's
Not
amazing.
Cyberlimb.
Metal Gear is now the future.
Okay, so yeah, this is the thing with these books. You can do the dumbest bullshit. You can be, as a retard. You can have tank legs. You can have wheeled legs. You can have explosive hand grenade fingers.
Yes.
You can have raptor feet. You can have snake fingers. Look, my hands.
Snake fingers? Snake fingers. You can have a telescopic cyberlimb. You can also have water jets in your fucking feet. Yes. And this is what the cyber implant weapons are. Extreme cyber implant weapon. Not all cyber implant weapons are sexy blades or cool guns. Some are a little more than strapping a power tool to a stump and letting it fly. Buzzsaws, chainsaws, whirling flails. The feeling is as varied as the imagination. I could have dual chainsaw. It's strength +5.
So the extreme cyber implant, what goes into it? Oh, extreme. Wait. Oh, yeah. It is strength +5 damage. P.
Yes.
Which one? Do you get an arm when you have an extreme cyberware implant? Like a hand?
No.
Do you get a hand?
No. You've just got a stump with a chainsaw on it, and your maximum blade now. It's amazing.
Hey, you can get modular. It actually had it up here. You can get modular limbs. So you can totally have...
get it as a modular. Here's one for Bluey, for Scrappy specifically. Junkyard drum jaw. You guys know orcs, how they have the metal jaws? That's essentially what it is, but it's strength +3 of an AP -6.
What?
-6. I'm going to bite your skin now.
That's
Scrappy
insane.
needs this. Yes, it is.
Realize, oh my god! I realized what it is. It's like a Jaws of life. Like you've got like.
Yes.
It's brutal.
Yes. It even says you're able to bite through bottles, knife blades, and even metal pipes with relative ease. It's a famous intimidation tool.
It gives you one additional box in your conditional modifier, like a Cyberlimb. How much is a junkyard drawer? That's amazing. That's a really good weapon.
It's amazing. You also look fucking hilariously badass.
It's only 2,000 hobo, and also 0.75.
Yeah, you carry your shit up to the meet in a restaurant downtown. They won't let you in. Why? Because you have a fucking metal jaw.
Oral Slasher, have you seen this? Oral
Slasher? It's something you put under your tongue.
It's like kind of like a... I imagine it kind of like the thing from Alien that comes out of your mouth. It's like...
Yes.
And it stabs people and you can get poison in it.
I am going to play a face and do this. I'm going to kill everyone by kissing them and then just fuck them up like that.
Oh, augmentation bundles are back. I haven't read any of them, but they're always pretty cool.
I don't even read the bundles, I'll be honest.
They're usually kind of crap. I mean, shit, you want to live in Atlantis? You can.
You want to live in bio-sculpting? Yes.
Yes.
Changed my ethnicity. Give me a troll reduction. Give me a breast enhancement. Give me diet wear 108.
Yep, getting there now. 108, 108. Okie dokie. Okay, sweet. So bio-sculpting. This is, I mean, they've given way more rules and just for modifications, you can change your sex. You can change your meta type, which is pretty cool.
You have that, and there's the Sunshine Cosmetic Surgery Group menu. So to get chameleon skin, it's $2,000. So to get the Bioware version of their ethylene polymer coating sewn in, it's only $2,000. Breast enhancements are $1,000. Your dental repair is $100. Your diet wear, which actually is kind of important, is $1,000. Ear points for all of you elf posers, $250. 2-for-1 special. Eye recoloration, fat reduction, nose upgrade, perfect eyes, and silky skin. And you can also pigment your skin because this is the future. Why not? We're already hedonistic revelers at this point. I mean, I think I'm going to get some perfect eyes. My hair is going to be a bright fluorescent purple, and then I'm going to change my pigment so I look like a tiger man. That sounds about right.
People are already doing that, but go on.
I know, but also bioluminescent tattoos, which are the alternatives to LED tattoos. They just don't glow as bright. You also suffer a -1 to all sneaking tests for each exposed bio tattoo.
Yeah, it's interesting and it's pretty cool.
Chloroplast skin is also another one. That's one I was telling you about, where basically they implant something under your skin, giving them. No, what is it? No, that it's not what I'm thinking of.
No, you become photosynthetic, man. You become a plant man.
I become a plant man. That's not what I was thinking of, though.
Yeah.
4 hours standard Bioware amplified immune system.
Go on.
So I'm just looking at the standard Bioware, which is some amusing stuff in there. Chemical glands. I'm gonna have a chemical gland that sprays K10 naturally, because that's just how I roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Slowly, as I am living, I am getting my K10.
Yes. Oh no, oh, no. This was a mistake.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of awesome Bioware. I mean, actually, I've noticed this, and I kind of like this. They have a lot of different ways to get the same thing, because Shadowrun's good at this. Is its items and stuff are good at mimicking the real world, not necessarily mimicking what should be good as an RPG. Like, you don't want to have to print gills in 5 different sections, but they've fucking done it. This alone has gills 4 or 5 times in this book. Just they're all a little bit different.
And webbed hand and feet, because you need that. Also, for anyone who's lost a limb, you can actually get limb replacement now for very low essence cost, or little to no essence cost.
0.1 essence, and it's quite expensive. And you can get
but it's offering it at least now.
Yeah,
it's an actual thing that you can do. Spider silk gland. Now I can become the Spider-Man.
Now I can be Spider-Man.
That picture just freaks me out because it's Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec is apparently becoming Spider-Man.
I think something happened with the gland. It exploded?
No, that's the web. That's the thing. Those are the webs everywhere. That's what it makes webs. That's why the webs are everywhere.
Yeah, but it exploded, bro. It exploded. And he's like, oh no, it exploded. And he's like, oh, I'm dead. Nah.
No, it's Ron Swanson. He wants to become Spider-Man. Spider-Man wasn't doing a good enough job. Tailored pheromones for critters. Dogs think I'm amazing.
Oh yeah, you can get tailored pheromones for just dumb creatures. Don't.
Also, skin upgrades are pretty cool. I want some penguin blubber. Dragon hide. For those of you who work inside of a furnace. Seriously, I don't know what you would need dragon hide for.
Yeah.
But shark skin, all kinds of weird stuff. It's great. Cultured Bioware is crazy though.
I mean, cultured Bioware is always crazy.
Finally, we have something that can boost intuition.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Cyberlimb booster?
Yes.
Yeah. So, you deckers, you have this to get to now.
Apparently, you can also get... There's apparently Bioware now that basically just replicates the photographic memory quality.
Yep. Neuro retention amplification.
Yeah, but Cerebellum booster and Cerebral boosters. Looks like deckers will be picking both of those up.
Yeah, because something most deckers F up on us all the time. Intuition is very important. We'll be doing an archive video on them eventually. I don't know when, but we'll be talking about that anyway.
On them. Boosted reflexes, reception enhancers, all kinds of cool stuff here, man.
What's reception enhancers to do? Oh, yeah, it's just, reproductive replacement. I mean, this is, actually, I like this. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this book that is what would exist in the world, not necessarily what is statistically cool. And I like that kind of stuff.
I like it, and I also like the fact that they're not going as far as Cyberpunk 2072, or whatever it's called, because they were they took it a step further where it's just here's all the stuff normal people would have, And then here's all the stuff for the sexual things that people would do because we're a bunch of fucking hedonists.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they
So
kind of do
glad we
touch
haven't.
on the sexual stuff a bit, but ultimately,
Dude, they
go.
haven't. They have not. I mean, like, I'm gonna put it out there. Like, my standard is currently at there is literally an enhancement in that game that can turn your throat into an erogenous zone, your entire throat, and just other stuff, just other weird shit that humans would do.
You can do that in this too. There was actually sensitive skin, if you remember correctly. You could probably
Okay, no, okay, we've gone too far. Humanity needs to reset. I'm gonna drop a nuke on Seattle. Trauma detonator. Oh my god! I know, dude. I know. I'm joking. Trauma detonator. So
this
funny.
Shit's so funny. So basically, all it is it puts in like a little biotic module that just every single time you start feeling pain, it's like, I'm going to release all the endorphins, and then you can't feel pain. But you're so fucked up. You're so fucked up that you can't do anything.
It actually lets you do it 24/7. It's just not recommended.
Keep the user in constant low level of pain, forcing the body to keep producing endorphins 24/7.
But yeah, tremor reducer is another one that's kind of like, this is really fucking powerful.
Tremor reducer, it's pretty good. It's mainly for snipers and stuff. It basically just allows you to take aim equal to the rating, I think. Yeah.
It remains still for 8 hours.
Yeah, per point of rating.
But that's another thing that's interesting. The thing that's interesting is that it adds its rating to the user's maximum take aim modifier,
which is usually half your skill ranking in that.
Yes, but that's still really good because take aim is a really good simple action. What else we got? Bioweaponry. Yes, I can have an electrical discharge. I am the electric eel. This book is amazing.
Yeah, bioweaponry. Yep, this is bio stuff. Basically, the whole thing with bio is it's more expensive, less essence.
Tom.
I can get a muzzle.
Are you going to get a stinger? Are you going to become Scorpion Man?
I want to make a dude who stings people with K10, and he buffs his body by doing that. He's like, I'm going to give you the love bump, and he bumps people, and then they go into a murderous rage.
Yes. Striking calluses is the one I was thinking of. Attached to the user's hands or feet are simply thick, hardy patches of callous skin, altered to be almost as sturdy as troll dermal deposits, allowing for the user to strike dangerous blows with whatever, at first glance, are ordinary hands and feet. A relatively new development, and as of yet, unrestricted weapons. Basically, each pair grants +1 damage, like unarmed combat damage. What's that? Need to punch harder.
Yeah, you can easily get +5 to unarmed attacks as a bio dude.
Yes,
because you get it for your feet, you get it for your hands, and they cost 250.
I mean, like, I'll be honest. If you were doing it from the perspective of an actual fighter, you would put the calluses would be on the feet, the hands, and then on like any of the other soft striking bits. Hell, you might even put the hardened calluses on the goddamn elbows and knees, because those are already effectively hard, dangerous weapons. Oh, symbiotes!
Yeah. So symbiotes was a thing in the last. I mean, it's been a thing for a while.
Because you like symbiotes most.
I mean, to be honest, while they're not statistically awesome, they're just cool. It's just basically little bio things that they have made and created that just fucking. Or I past it, but they just basically do little cool things. There isn't too many ones that they're just little creatures that live inside of you. Slim worms, gut flora. There's a few other ones. They're just cool, and I just like the idea that they've gotten to the point where they are creating parasites, or symbiotes, funnily enough, to live inside of people to give them extra stats. It's just cool. I just enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the next chapter is lots of fluff talking about nanotechnology, and then the rules on nanotechnology.
Yeah. So Nanotech has a lot of cool shit. They've got a lot of. So basically, the thing with Nanotech is it's actually like cyberware that runs out. So
Yeah.
you need a way to restore it, and there is ways. I think there's you need to
Yeah,
pay
well,
to upkeep
it
it.
doesn't. Yeah, basically, it doesn't cost essence, but you just have to like refresh it every now and again.
But to refresh it, you need to actually get a hive, which
Yes.
you need a hive to use this stuff usually, which is in a hive which costs essence. So usually it's going to cost essence. The ones of note, Implant Medic makes a cyber deck in your head good. Basically because it allows, instead of you doing it with hardware plus logic, the implant medics do it. So they hack and fix your thing while they're in your head, which is super freaking awesome.
Yeah, I haven't read too much on it. This is why I wanted to let you handle this. But there's some really cool stuff in here, but nothing that I was going to touch.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like things that boost stuff, anti-nanite hunters, because there's a bunch of like nanite poisons and stuff.
Yeah,
This kind of stuff.
weaponized nanites. There's only two
Yeah.
right now. They're it's cutters and intruders, which
Yeah,
basically you inject into people and they attack them.
But yeah, there's a bunch of nano gear. Like you can literally get nanoware that is a suit that goes all around you, and all that kind of bullshit. It's awesome. Also, this year, being a bit nitpicky, I saw this, but I thought it was kind of funny. They screwed up this table so hardcore. It's got rating hard, essence turn, capacity money. Yeah, that makes sense. Good job. Good job.
Yeah. Good job. Good editing. Genetic restoration and therapeutic gene genetics.
Gene therapy is my jam, and I love so.
Oh my
Gentech is augmentation 4th edition. This originally inspired me to look into Gentech, and the augmentation book made the Gentech Corporation. Calling name, I know, but nonetheless, pretty much it's all about gene treatments. And in the future, you can, I kid you not, for how much is it in total? Basically all this stuff here that I'm looking at here, that's therapeutic genetics each. You can make yourself a perfect human being for $270,000. You can be perfect.
Yeah, you can literally be perfect. And there's other stuff which is also really cool. Revitalization is a really cool one as well because that allows you to get back lost essence, which is really good. Not necessarily for people who have cyber and stuff like that because they don't necessarily care. But I think it could be good if they upgrade to the higher grades and then don't want to cram any more cyberware back in them. They can get essence back. But it's mostly good in the sense that anyone who loses essence to stuff like succubuses or things with the magic virus, which can steal essence away, it means it can be restored. I mean, like it's costly and it takes a lot of time, but it actually means that like it can be restored slowly. My favorite part actually is the pheromone, the phenon type adjustments.
Oh, I'm just going to say this one right here. There's also some shit like this, augmented healing. Put him in a vat for a week. You had a missing lower half. Now you don't.
Yeah.
At all.
I just like
anyway.
I just like the phenon type adjustments because like DNA mask. Sorry. DNA masking, gen wipe. Oh, you bled blood. Anything like basically you have stuff that's in your like anything that's not in your body that you lose, like hair or blood that then leaves your body, deteriorates extremely quickly, making it absolutely useless for genetic profiling or ritual samples.
Oh yeah.
Which is really good, especially if you're a sinner. If you are a sinner, you borderline need this shit.
Yeah, there's a bunch of genetic optimizations, and there's some really awesome ones. I think they have it for most of the mental stats, apart from... Oh, yeah, there's shit like this. What was it? Genetic optimization is pretty awesome. Choose stat up it by 1 in terms of the limit that you can put of that. So that's really awesome for you min-maxers out there. $47,000.
Yeah, it's basically a version of enhanced attribute.
Exceptional tribute quality. It's the same.
The same,
and you can get it twice. At character creation, you get exceptional tribute and the exceptional tribute equality. So if you're being a min-maxing asshole, you can get really high stats. Really high stats. Like easy.
Oh my god. Print removal. You can literally remove all of your finger palms and like feet prints. You have to be identified by secondary measures. Check the dental records, bro. There's so much cool stuff. Even the the cosmetic alteration is cool.
Uh huh. I mean, this one here. Okay, so there's a bunch of cool things here that are just talking about
Narco,
metagenics and stuff. About? But this one makes me want to make a character around it. Narco. This is a set of several minor genetic modifications that have you basically. You are really good at taking drugs to the point where your genes help you. And
I'm so good at drug taking.
Every single positive modifier that affects you, increase that modifier by 1. That's initiative and stuff too. Any drug that deals damage when it wears off deals 2 less. And any negative effects that go when the drug wears off is halved in duration. You get easily addicted to drugs, but your drug addictions don't get as bad. It's awesome.
You should make a drugomancer, but make him like at like the lowest level, just so you can have the seducer mentor spirit who was like, take all the drugs, and you're like, I will.
No, I think I just make this guy that is literally like a chemist, I guess, who thinks instead of using bio and cyber, we should just be using chemicals and gene therapies and stuff because it's better.
I would rather use all of it, thank you.
Yeah, of course, min-maxing wise, use all of it. This guy would totally take K10, by the way, because he will get, I mean, we'll go to K10 soon, but imagine getting +1 to all attributes and halving that downsides. Just saying. Pretty cool.
We can't talk about K10 till we get to it. It needs to be saved. Now we got to transgenics, and you want to talk about Pushed now, because Pushed is amazing.
This is everything. Transgenics has a whole bunch of stuff to help you. This is where the crunch comes in mainly. They're very expensive, usually ranging around 50,000 to get these gene therapies. But it's stuff like +1 modifier to all willpower tests, boom, including resistance to spell strengths and fading. But you become an adrenaline junkie. They have kind of minor minuses and stuff like that. Like
I think Bluey may need to take that one. Bluey, yeah, this is like a very Bluey sort of thing.
Yeah, EPO +1 modifier to all tests with the athletic skill group, healing tests, and fatigue tests, and you add 1 to your physical limit. Sounds pretty good to me. Push +1 to all logic linked skills. Qualia +1 to all intuition linked skills. React +2 to all defense tests in range and melee.
Which is amazing. It's so good.
Oh, this includes dodging in direct combat spells, which is important.
Yeah, which is again amazing. I mean, like,
also, it is cumulative with augmentations that enhance reaction, which is very rare.
That's the thing. It's cumulative, which is, oh my god, it's so good. But there's just a lot of really cool stuff. We made synaptic acceleration, where it's basically like you're just making your synaptic boosters better. That's what it does. It just makes them better.
Oh no! This is you take it without synaptic boosters. So this is actually a cheap man synaptic boosters. You only get 78,000, but it doesn't actually up your reaction. It is really good though.
Sync is really good because Sync is the one where you get bonuses to perception tests.
+1 to perception, and whenever you see someone attack, you get better at defending against them.
Yeah,
which is cool. Tetrachromancy gives you +3 to vision perception tests. Vascoon isn't good. Just means you bleed slow.
Environmental micro-adaptation.
That's awesome.
That stuff's just cool. It's like the fucking immunization as well.
Immunization.
Make myself immune.
Here we go. Transgenic alteration is also where some crunch is. Wait, no, I think so. No. Sorry, wait. Here it is. Complementary genetics. This stuff's awesome. Genetics.
Yeah, this is crazy.
And bio better.
Yes.
Awesome.
Reaction optimizers. Wide reflex optimization isn't that fantastic. It's just basically, it means that you could take wide reflexes for skills you have no ranks in, and you don't suffer the negative.
Oh, reflex recorder optimization. Yeah, that kind of sucks.
But stuff like,
oh god,
like wide reflex optimization and like adrenaline pop optimization are fantastic. It's like, oh look, you never have to like accidentally trigger it. The GM can't fuck with you like that. And for wide reflexes, it's good because it's like, activating them as a manual trigger, it's not a complex anymore. It's a simple. And if you have it on wireless because you're fucking crazy, it's now free action.
Oh yeah, reaction optimizer. If, it gives you plot on initiative if you have yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
What else is there? Oh, genetic infusions. It gives you all of the effects that you've seen above in a needle. But
Yes.
after 15 plus body days, you have to make a, what was it?
An addiction test. Addiction rating 5 and the threshold of 3.
No, that's not it. You have to make an essence plus edge test. Look at this table here. Right here. Let's zoom in. So if you get a 0, your DNA for the addictive substance integrated, but the beneficial DNA did not. You take 4 boxes of stun damage, and they cannot be healed. If your infusion has any negative effects, you can continue to suffer them for this duration. Basically, they're super drugs, and they can fuck you up. You critical glitch, the DNA integrated badly, you develop a terminal cancer and 2d6 weeks to live if it remains untreated. You may burn an edge to reduce this result of a glitch.
Sounds like we're going to do Breaking Bad soon, then.
Yeah, genetic infusions are pretty cool. I personally, I think they're mainly meant for after character creation.
Transgeneric art and chimera pets. Yes.
Yeah. Genetic art. It's pretty cool. Chimera pets is just awesome.
Yeah, who doesn't want a chimera pet?
Plus 100,000, and I can have any animal I can think of.
Drugs time. We're up to the drugs.
Right, let's get to the drugs. Don't worry, guys. We're in the.
Don't worry, we're getting close to finishing. We said it's going to be a long one, but it's definitely a good one. But it's crazy.
There we
dude.
go. Drugs.
So many drugs.
This is why I want to make a drugomancer. Also, something really cool that they did. They put in nicknames of drugs near the drugs. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that. There's a drug that makes you not seizure.
Yes. Beta meth. Beta meth.
Yeah, I think it's beta meth. But it is,
but I like to call it beta meth, mate. Plus 2 reaction, plus 1 intuition. Yes, please.
That's very good with riggers, aka why it's called Riggers Cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Good job, candy, Tom. Jaw, plus 1 perception. So good.
Patel's back, man. You used to love Patel. Corp candy, Jaw.
Yeah.
Patel's addictive. Yeah, cavity fighting properties. Users commonly feel awake and alert when using it. Rather than making addiction to characters to use Patel, even once gain a mild addiction to it. Whoa.
Yes. So Cerebraprax is where it's at, though, or Brain Boost or Egghead. That is where it's at. That is a very dangerous drug, and it's absolutely hilarious.
It's only dangerous if you take it twice in a row, which is rare.
Basically, this is the drug of choice, I think, for any logic-based mages or even hackers now, or technomancers.
Oh, this is way better for hackers and technos, man.
Yeah, I know, but like it is now the fucking drug of fucking choice. But like you just have to be careful because you just can't use it again within like.
Yeah, this is that drug. There's that movie where the dude uses 100% of his brain, and the people who take that drug just crash fucking hard. Hey, this is the drug that I actually had in our Cerebraprax for a while when you guys dealt with the drug that made people super intelligent. But after they stopped using it, they became stupid. This
is that. But if you take another dose of it, rather than help you just take 1d6 points of permanent intuition damage from brain damage.
Yeah, basically the Game Master should secretly roll the user's intuition plus edge. If the player uses Cerebraprax again before 8 minus hits hours, they take 1d6 points of permanent intuition damage.
The next one, Bitter or Worden, is actually kind of cool as well because it cancels Berserk. It's basically an antipsychotic.
Yeah. There's a bunch
of also known as Eros is basically the new Novacoke as well. It's Pingers. Plus 1 charisma, minus 1 logic, plus 1 perception, minus 1 willpower. Pingers.
Forget me not. That one's pretty simple. Don't have to explain that.
Yeah, it's basically like is someone going to try and fuck with your memory? Well, take some of that and it'll be harder for them. Guts, no fear, or brass balls, immunity to fear.
That's it.
Memory fog. It's just opium essentially. It's just like magical, like awakened opium. But here we are.
Blood of Kali.
Blood of Kali. K10, the ultimate drug.
Use of this combat drug rule automatically go berserk.
No, it's Aztec. We're not devolving into that.
Okay, so it gives 3 body, 3 agility, 4 strength, 1 willpower, 5+ initiative, which is pretty good. High pain tolerance 3, and you go berserk when hit. Wow, what's the downsides, Tom? You take 18 unresisted stun damage. That can easily kill you if you've taken any physical damage whatsoever.
No, Tom. What's the downside? You make an edge check. If you do not get 1 hit, you are now permanently enraged.
Mm-hmm.
You are berserk forever. No amount of drugs can fix you. You are berserk.
The thing is that, like, if you look at this in terms of a normal person, they don't have edge in this game.
Yeah, that's why it says everyone who took it.
Yeah, to go crazy. They tasted the blood.
It's basically just linked. It's always linked to a string of deaths and obituaries. Because even if you can resist it, it's so fucking addictive.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do it again, and you're gonna die sometime.
What are some good ones that I saw? I saw some pretty cool drugs. Push is back. You liked Push.
Oh yeah, Push was my drug of choice. It's basically it's essentially just like
it's good feels.
Cigarettes. Yeah, it's just like good feel cigarette. Essentially,
yep. It is a euphoric state that has been compared to eating large amounts of chocolate or the moment after sex. There's oxygenated fluorocarbons, or my personal favorites.
Constant ejaculation high. This is so good.
Mate, I just want to be able to replace all my blood with fluorocarbons. Yes. That's what I'm doing.
Oh my god, is this? No, this is the thing that your characters used to have when you played 4th edition, isn't it?
I had a character that was horribly addicted to it to the point where he actually needed it because basically, instead of being addicted to it, he no longer could produce blood. So he used this as a blood substitute.
Slab is back as well, which is great.
Slab's awesome, yeah. Slab just what's it do again? Oh, it just makes you
basically
dead.
it makes you appear as dead, and like to normal percent, like if you're not rolling medicine, the threshold is 6 to tell if people are still alive.
All right,
sober time. For when your face won't sober up. Snuff.
And sober time.
Half my opiates. Sober time. Yeah, I love sober time. It's just like sober up, faggot.
Oh, there's some awesome awakened drugs. What were some of the awakened drugs that I saw?
Oh god.
Overdrive suite +1 to reaction or logic linked skills. This is a hacker drug.
No, dude. We've got Woad. Finally, I can be a Woad warrior. Yes.
+2 agility.
I will make the Britons fear me.
A synthetic hallucinogen derived from the northern European mushroom species. Woad is don't.
Yes.
Don't take
it is the cheapest legal drug on the market. Users automatically go berserk in a manner similar to the bear mage. But you also gain +2 to your agility while in the rage. Side effects include frothing at the mouth, fever, and a desire to bite. When the drug wears off, suffer -2 to all social tests for the original duration ×10. Take Woad. Yes.
Or bazooka. That's what's called.
Awakened drugs time, man. Awakened drugs.
Oh, there's some really awesome ones. Overdrive's oh, this is my favorite. Pixie dust. It is no
coke, yes.
But you forget that you take it. So 1d6 minutes after you take it, you forget that you took it. It is the most addictive drug purely because no one remembers taking it. No one can count how long and how much they've taken it. You have to write it down. Like, you have to write it down on a piece of paper.
In the first 6 minutes.
yeah, if you were a person and you're taking this drug and trying to get off of it, you would have to, because you're literally tricking yourself, because the high isn't, you know what I mean, like super noticeable, because you don't know that you've taken it. You just think you feel good, which at the same time, you know, would be kind of cool. But oh my god, it's crazy. Oh, also you get nosebleeds when you take it. But yeah.
Yeah, because it's extremely painful. It's destroying your nasal cavity.
Mm-hmm. So if your nose is bleeding a lot and you feel like cocaine, but you've never taken cocaine before, I've got news for you.
Oh my god, magical compounds, animal tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Duration essence plus 1d6 hours, maximum of 12. The mixture grants the critter power of animal control.
Oh, nice. Immortal flower grants. Regen.
Yes.
Oh my god, I just realized what this is. Sweet ambrosia.
Yeah.
For every 20 boxes of damage sustained while the user is under the influence, permanently reduce the character's essence by 0.1. The character with Cyberware or Bioware who takes this drug also suffers 2d6 boxes of physical unresisted damage.
Because it tries to repair the implants.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I want to buy it.
No, dude. Little smoke. This mixture grants the concealment and confusion critter power. At the end of the duration, the user's perception and willpower are reduced for 1 for an equivalent duration. That's still amazing, though. Concealment is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Rock lizard blood. Makes you immune to disease and toxins. Shade.
Oh, dude, there's a drug specifically for Aboriginal.
No, oh no.
What?
There's what?
It's for Aboriginals. It's specifically about the Australian outback. That's cool. While the drug helps you summon spirits of man, it's not so good for other conjuring activities. It helps you summon spirits of man. That's awesome.
I just saw something that I... Oh, please tell me this is what I think it is.
Which one? Wait. Zombie dust or?
1 sec. Shade.
Shade. I'm about force.
Astral projection.
Oh.
Because I don't remember the name of the drug that was the that they had the wars over that did the same thing. It allowed mundanes to astrally project and experience the astral world, but it was actually it was a drug being produced by shadow spirits and the like. So I'm not sure if this is it, which makes me extremely like. I'd have to ask someone, but no, I'm just gonna all my Johnsons now are just gonna feed you this. You know, you're just gonna fucking inhale it. You know, whatever.
I think
try some drugs, bro.
There's a list of what they'll do. You can make your own drugs.
And customizing drugs. Yes, I want to make a character now who makes stimulants specifically for like his group. So no matter who he ends up with, he just cooks up a cocktail for you.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty awesome.
Still, crazy stuff. This book, lots and lots of stuff. Trying to find and see if there's any more rules.
We've got some BTLs.
Not sure.
And then
BTLs aren't really my thing.
Yeah, basically it teaches you how to make them, and also it makes them actually give you physical attribute bonuses, which I don't think is being done in 5th. I'm not sure if it was done in 4th, because the thing with BDLs is ultimately no one took them, even though they're a really prolific part in the world, because they didn't give an attribute bonus or negative, which usually pulls people to actually do it. I mean, the rest of the book right now is just fluff.
The rest of the book is fluff, and then we get to the basic. Then we have all the tables again, which is kind of cool. Apparently there was an error on one of the tables that said like one of the essence costs was 8 of something, like 8 essence.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Okay.
But, that's basically the book. Do you want to do some closing statements or how you feel, like some summary statements of how you feel about the book in general?
Book's awesome. The law's pretty cool. Need a bit more. Ultimately, this is just the fourth augmentation book. You know, whatever. That's fine. And the Shadowrun 4th augmentation book, but updated. They've balanced it a bit. Sure, there are some qualities that are overpowered, but ultimately, I don't think you're meant to use all of it. I think that's where some people step up. But I will say this now. This Shadowrun 5th is getting to the point where 4th was at, where there was too much going on. And I think we might work out with me and my friends a list of qualities and things that you guys can work with when making characters at the channel, or just for our home games as well. Because I think it's getting to the point where there's too much going on, too many optional rules, and a lot of people assume that no, that means they're actual rules and we need to use them all the time. Because I don't believe in that. Like, there's a lot of uses of Edge that I don't like using because it's just downright silly. So I think I might make a list, like a document, and put it online so everyone knows what optional rules that we're using and from what books and what pages, or just what books, so you guys can look. But yeah, I'd say at that point I think it needs to be done because I don't want to use all of the rules. It's stupid if we do.
I mean, like, I'm always looking at systems in terms of a lot of it's just everyone does their own stuff differently. That's basically how it is. Everyone has their own house rules and home rules, and it's very different from group to group. I actually enjoy having more options. What I actually am really, the thing that I really want that I'm missing right now is actually just more options for riggers and for vehicles, which is really weird because I don't play those, but I don't really want to play them in 5th because there aren't that many options for them. There are like no options for them. In fact, like it's all kind of crap.
I mean, I'm more thinking about the optional rules less than like character creation stuff. Most of the character creation stuff is okay. I can definitely see some really abusable characters at this point. It's getting to the point and critical mass that 4th was at, and how potent you can make a character.
Well, that's inevitable because you got to remember what would you say is probably the most popular character archetype in Shadowrun?
It is Street Sam.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing. They're just bringing what people want, and like what people want isn't always necessarily what's best for the game. So, well, I mean, like we'll see in the coming months, but we are reaching the point with 4th where we are reaching that critical mass, and I should know. I mean, I reached critical mass when it came to min-maxing a character in power gaming. I mean, I was doing changeling bio-adepts, and it was just disgusting.
I mean, but we've kind of evolved from that, and I'm going to be honest, if you come to me in online or whatever with an ultra min-max character, I'm going to know what you're doing. And in my games online, I will pick you out because I don't like that kind of thing. And in my games, I don't want people bringing ultra min-max stupid characters. But that's just me because we used to play like that, and I don't. It wasn't healthy for the game, I don't think, at least in my opinion. But yeah,
yeah. I mean, like I feel like people should be able to do whatever they want, but like you have to understand that there is going to be like some pushback and some backlash on those sorts of things because yeah, you're really mechanically good, but sometimes other people like to do things, you know. Maybe when you bring out the secondary combat character, maybe he would like to actually do something rather than everyone just watch you do something. I mean, that's generally how it tends to go. Because when you have a min max to like to a point, like to the finest it can get, generally, no matter what the GM throws at you, unless he's specifically screwing over the rest of your group, yeah, there's not much you can really do.
Well, your little combat monster over there falls to mages, and that's something that mages that cannot be seen at least. And that's something you have to keep wary. Like when GMs, whenever you're having problems, just start throwing mana bolts at the 50 soak dice tank. His willpower is probably 3, and he'll be taking 3 to 4 damage. Sure, it's only 3 to 4 damage, but that hurts over time. Like that's not something they can deal with that well.
Yeah,
but yeah,
and if the mage is invisible as well, it's like good luck, buddy. Like you know, you can't feel it. All you feel is that someone's attacking your mind, and you like can't handle it. But
a good thing to do is fight fire with fire, fight it in a different direction. But yeah, let's talk about the book and less about the whole min-maxing philosophy thing or whatever.
It was kind of attached to it, but this book brings a lot of cool options to the table, which aren't just min-maxes options. There's a lot of really flavorful stuff in there, and it's really cool to see them putting not only your really min-maxed options, but also coming and giving us some really cool options. And because again, like I don't know who's going to get cyber fins. I mean, like, you know, I don't know why I need like web fingers, but people want it and people would do it, and so they're basically following real life, and they've been pretty good with that trend over their stuff. And I think this is, as it stands now, I think this is my favorite source book. Honestly, it has a lot of weird stuff, but Run Fast.
I really enjoyed Run Fast.
Run Fast is good, but I really like the negative qualities in this one. The drugs and all the drugs and the different applications are really cool. All of the varied cyber options and bio options and all the different gene therapies and all, just the amount of customization I can do, I really enjoy. And so while Run and Gun had some really cool stuff, and the only thing that came close to Run and Gun up until now was Run Faster, I feel like this is almost my favorite book. I mean, it's difficult to really say. I mean, like,
Cool. No, that's cool, man.
That's how I feel about it.
There, but
yeah, I mean, like, I just feel like this has like a good potential for stuff, but at the same time, it's one of those, you can do so many cool things, it brings so many cool options, but you know, it's just like one of those, for all those cool options, it's just going to make the min maxes and the power gamers just min max and power game harder. It's an inevitability of any statistic based system, because people naturally want to be statistically good or really good at what they do. And, you know, this will gel all of us, but this book definitely is not doing anything to stem the don't do that. In fact, it's just so like, here's a bunch of stuff so you can push that over the edge. Dice pulls a 30? Maybe you'll get there. Maybe. It's definitely a possibility, considering the gene treatments, the changelings, and anything else these days. But I think the book's a really solid book. Besides from the editing's still god-awful. Catalyst, please, you're killing me, man.
Not all of it is. I mean, the main bulk of it's fine, but I think really contents, please. Contents pages, proper content. It seems like a simple thing. You wouldn't screw up, but
yeah.
I mean, it does entice people to read the entire book more, I guess, but who cares if they read it all? I mean, ultimately, they've already bought it, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even in scenarios where they haven't obtained it through legal means, the thing is, like, people who read these books and who look at the law, like, people are either going to do it or they're not. That's the thing. Like, I'm someone who's basically played Shadowrun, and I learned everything I knew by playing and some, like, very little reading through, like, being taught by friends. I have not really sat down, except when I've been interested, and usually it's not those big scrolls of text. It's usually actually just the little bits of text they have attached to items or Bioware.
Yeah.
And I'm probably never going to be able to sit down and just go, well, time to read this book front to back for its lore. And I'm just never going to be able to do that. And it's cool if you want to, but I think a large amount of people just aren't. Like, and when you kind of cripple your contents page to try and push that, you're not really helping anyone.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we should close this off, this super long video. So thanks everyone for watching. I actually do see that we've had a couple viewers. So thank you to viewers. I think that was a third for a while, fourth maybe. Thank you guys a lot for watching it live.
People jumping in and out. And I guess we'll just see how this book all unfolds in the coming months. And we look forward to exploring those possibilities.
Oh, they're leaving. Bye-bye, other viewer. Anyway, I'm not. I mean, we're not really playing Shadowrun in real life right now, but online. So you guys use this book. That quality to do with Edge, I'm not allowing. I know it's going to be fucked up.
That needs some testing anyway. I mean, like if we really want to see, it needs to be tested in a home game environment anyway to determine to like what degree it really pushes the envelope, and to like even allow it under home rules, it needs to be thoroughly tested.
Basically, you build a character to abuse it. I mean, if we want, I might right now just build some characters to abuse the systems that we've been seeing and see how it goes. Because I've got a feeling they're going to be broken. So, yeah.
Oh, no. There's definitely a lot of combos that could be broken, especially with some of the newer qualities. But I think for someone like you and me, we can start to draw these lines pretty easily because unfortunately we did get very min-maxy power gamey with Shadowrun, so we were very good at what we were doing. But I'm not sure if everyone will draw the same lines as us. But there's definitely some really obvious ones there, especially with all the gene treatments and the Bioware. It'll be very easy for people to just abuse that with adepts or mages, even. But yeah, like I said, we'll see how it all pans out, and hopefully pan out for the best. That's what I hope, at least.
See you guys. Have fun doing whatever you do. Later on Something on Tabletop.
Bye.